YouTuber and ex-Rockefeller employee Choke No Joke had some choice words for Damon Dash, but he also went in on Camron something serious. You don't want to miss this one. Let's get into it.
You could take whatever I say with a grain of salt. You ain't got to listen to me. I think that you letting your ego get in the way of your intelligence. And instead of you not speaking on your finances and how you living, I think that the Camrons and, you know, the people that's on the internet that's talking about you and how you, you know, you messed up your money and all this stuff is why you broke and this, that, and the other. Now, me personally, I don't think you broke. I've been around you long enough, you know, for days at a time, weeks at a time, months at a time, hours at a time. I sat in meetings with you, you know, so I know how intelligent you are, right? Rockefeller wouldn't have been Rockefeller without you. That is a fact, right? And even though we have our disagreements, even though, you know, I was done wrong, you know, I still don't have a problem with telling the truth about you. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to, you know, like people like Camron that gotta know that you smart enough to have moved your paper around so that you weren't completely broke. You made good investments, like in Rachel Roy, helping her do a clothing line. Along with art and a bunch of other stuff that, you know, I know that you got some assets that would make sure that you're not broke. You're probably not a billionaire, right? Well, we know you're not a billionaire because Jay-Z's not even a billionaire. That's a lie. Just like Kanye is not no billionaire. That's a lie. Just like Diddy ain't no billionaire. You know what I'm saying? People take these projections and think that these people are really rich beyond imagination. But sticking to the topic, I don't think that it is wise for you to do interviews and have to pull your ding ding out to prove to dudes that you not messed up, that you not broke. You know what I'm saying? If they want to think that you broke, Dame, let them think that. But stop doing interviews that's going to have these people that's suing you be able to pull these interviews up in court and say, oh, he got a ranch. He's saying it's his family's ranch. And he works for his family. He's not making, like, you don't need to do that, bro. That is only going to come back and hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because if a person like me can read between the lines of what you're saying, you know damn well a judge is going to be able to read in between the lines of what you're saying. And then you don't want them to start digging through your family's background to find out how you're attached to this bread. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them, even though you say in your family, if it's in your wife's name, you're married to her. Like, you can really still make it worse for yourself by doing interviews. Without the interviews, they don't have nothing to bring to court. If everybody want to just think that you broke and this, that, and the third, don't get up there and say, oh, me and Cam be talking trash to each other about other houses. If it's not your house, why are you bragging about it? If you don't own it, if you're saying it's your family's house, why do you have the right to brag about your family members' houses, right? All you're doing is letting people know that it's yours. And it may be in somebody else's name, and you got smart enough to move stuff around and put assets in other people's names so that you can operate and still make a living without they coming to take your property and coming to take your money. Your ego, bro. Your ego has been your downfall, right? You don't have to prove nothing to these people, bro. And I know your ego won't even allow you to listen to me. But what I'm giving you is some real good game, bro. Like I said, if I can read between the lines of what you're saying, and none of these people, or 85% of these people on the internet, don't know you as well as I do, or have been around you as much as I've been around you, have sat in meetings with you as much as I have, have traveled the world with you as much as I have. So I know you're not the dumbest person in the world, but your ego always get the best of you, man. Like you letting Camron and these people trick you into telling on yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty deep right there. I can agree with about 95, maybe even 99% of what Choke is saying. I've always believed that Dame got money put up. May not be in his name, but he's a smart guy. He didn't get, I don't care what you guys say. Yeah, he might have later on and down the line fumbled the bag or fumbled rock or however the case may be. And we don't even know if he did that because according to Biggs, they was planning on selling it regardless of everything that ended up happening. So they already had plans of selling it. But I think he does, Choke has a good point of, you ain't really got to flex. You don't owe nobody no explanation, man. You are part of history. And every time they talk about you or talk about history, especially in hip hop, they're going to always talk about you, bro. You don't owe nobody nothing. You did what you were supposed to do. But how do you guys feel about it? Do you think Choke has a point? Do you think it's making sense of what he's saying? Because to me, it does make sense. If you do agree, leave it down in the comment. Let's talk about it. Even if you don't agree, talk about it in the comment section. But yo, help your boy get this video out by hitting that like and hitting that share. It lets the algorithm know that we are growing and we are here. Appreciate you in advance. But what Choke about to get ready to say about Camron, you don't want to miss it. Stay to the end. Let's get back to the video.
Why? Because your ego won't allow you to just let them think what they want to think. You don't got to keep doing interviews and saying things to subliminally let people know that you all right just for the sake of not feeling embarrassed. None of these people know you, bro. Most of these people never even met you. Camron would not have the money he has if it wasn't for you. That's what you should be saying to Cam. Cam, you sitting here bragging about investments and money you got. If it wasn't for me, you would not have that. Which is crazy to me that Cam is sitting here talking greasy about the nigga that saved his career. If it wasn't for Rockefeller, Camron would not be Camron. Yeah, Camron had a deal with Entertainment and Sony and Epic or whatever, but he was in the F nigga deal. Dame helped him get out of that deal. Dame helped him get money. He didn't go platinum until he got on Rockefeller. Everything Cam learned damn near came from Dame. So it's like the student trying to issue on the teacher because the teacher got older or the teacher made mistakes. That has nothing to do with the teachers that he taught him how to be successful. If it wasn't for Camron, Jay and Dame might have reconciled. It's because of Camron that Rockefeller got dismantled. Yeah, the Leah part played the part in it, but that was way before. Camron and them coming over to the label disrespecting Jay, it was really the straw that broke the camel's back. No pun intended, but all pun intended. Camel Z, right? Camron single-handedly dismantled Rockefeller. Because as you can see, Jay moved on. He got Beyonce. He wasn't tripping, right? What made Jay-Z trip? Dame talking about making Camron vice president. And Camron going on the goddamn radio, jumping out the goddamn window, talking about he was vice president of Rockefeller, and he ain't even signed no paperwork. It wasn't even official. It was just a conversation. It was just a thought. It was all just a thought. It was all a dream. Like, it never even happened, bro. It's just Dame running off his mouth, you know, saying his thoughts as he thought about it. Camron ain't never get offered no contract. Dame would have had to sit down with Jay, sit down with Biggs as a company, because they all had equal shares in the company, and they would have had to have a conversation and make a decision. It wasn't even a fact. It wasn't even Jay wasn't even in the country to have a conversation to see if he would have even considered it. Cam just jumped out the goddamn window. Which Jay is hearing overseas. And like, yo, what? Like, and then he comes on there and they do the Dipset anthem. 2 more for Cam for taking over the rock, right? Disrespecting the CEO of the label. So keeping it 100, Cam is out here disrespecting Dame when Dame put everything on the line for this nigga. And he destroyed everything. He destroyed Rockefeller, and now he's sitting there talking greasy about Dame, bro. How he got more money than Dame and he got more this and that. You wouldn't even have none of that if it wasn't for Dame, and you ruined Dame's bag. Yeah, they fell out a little bit over a chick. But that wasn't it for Jay. He still was rocking with Dame. It was Camron that broke the straw that broke that camel's back.
I speak in fair use for criticism and critiquing and educational purposes. Here's my thoughts on the situation. I totally agree. I agree and disagree a little bit. I think that the Cam situation was an angle, but it was much deeper than that already. But like he said, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, in my opinion. And you know, Cam was out of order for running off at the mouth, because I did hear that as well. Those are facts that he just ran. It wasn't even official. Because from what Biggs also was saying is that Cam and Beanie was going to co-run it together, if that was the case. But it was just a thought and it was just a conversation. How do you guys feel about it? Do you agree? Do you think that, you know, Cam messed up the Rockefeller? Do you think he was the straw that broke the camel's back? Leave it in the comments section, man. Let's talk about it. Share your thoughts on this one. And I do believe Choke firsthand, because Choke was around. I've been watching the Rock since they've been in existence, and Choke been there since from the beginning, not too long after they got established. So how do you feel about it, man? Let's talk about it in the comments section. It's your boy Kaotic One. This is the KMHP TV YouTube channel. And until that next video, oh yeah, if you like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when we drop these gems. And until the next video, peace.